I'm not lying when I say that this is the most important election ever. And if you haven't been paying attention or you don't care, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you want the Democrats to keep control, which I am a former Democrat, and I look at the situation and I see like I don't label myself as a conservative. I support these people unwillingly, not wanting to. Like, this is how I support the conservatives. I I like plug my nose and um support them. That's how I support them because like most of them are they don't have the same beliefs as me. They will reject me. And if this was like 200 years ago, they would burn me at the stake. So like yeah, like I support you to a certain like I support you more than the Democrats because the Democrats are way worse. They'll burn me at the stake. Like these people are literally burn me at the stake. Um okay, it'll be something like rounding us up and putting us in camps or something like that. Or imprisoning me, but they've already been doing that. So these people are supposed to be about democracy. They want to sit here and say democracy, democracy, democracy. Then why are they cool with like shenanigans going on in the voting system, and they're the ones perpetuating it? When you have um, this Biden administration suing, which technically they're right, but then you look at the thing like, dude, we look corrupt as hell, man. We look blatantly corrupt. Suing to keep these people yeah, they should come off. If we want to have, if it was the other way around, the Republicans aren't gonna cheat. The Republicans try to do things the right way. And that's why I always like lag behind the left. And then they're trying to play catch up. This is the Republicans. They don't go on offense. Like the whole petition of like trying to get people to sign the petition. What Elon was doing. That's what the Democrats do. Like that was not illegal. They're trying to look into it, but I'm sure he had like the best lawyers. He's the richest man in the world, man. He's not gonna break the law or anything like that. They want. I don't see how he broke any laws. Anyway, like he didn't pay people to vote. He paid people to sign a petition. And if you do, there's like certain sites. If you do like surveys or whatever, you can get paid. Well, you sign a petition, you get paid. Some people did, some people didn't. I didn't get paid, but I'm happy for the people that got paid. That's good for them. Probably changed their life for the better. Maybe like they probably needed a lot worse than I did anyway. Um, so these Democrats are supposed to be for democracy, democracy. They shout at it, and then it's like I was just watching a little clip of J Lo talking about change. Like change from what, dude? What are we changing? I don't get it. Like what are you talking about? Like change. Who's in charge? The Democrats are in charge. Like what are we changing from? And whatever Kamala has spewed hasn't really. There's not much change. What are you talking about? The only thing that she really cares about is a woman's choice to be able to do whatever that they want to do. With another human being inside of them. Oh, but if I run them over by accident or whatever, or if I intentionally, try uh, to take them off this planet, then I get a double homicide, but she doesn't get charged for a homicide. It's just kind of weird. Like, how does that work in some states? How are you going to say that somebody can get an abortion, and then like, uh, um, and then charge people with double murder? That's crazy. Maybe if like it's to a certain level. Like obviously, if a woman's pregnant when she's pregnant for a month or two, it's kind of like no. But but like when you have like 7 states that are allowing people to get to be able to have an abortion all the way up to birth. And yes, yes, Democrats, yes, you're correct. Nobody's doing it right now. Of course not. But the president is there, and there is mental illness, and there is women out there who bragged about how many abortions that they've had. So, like, if there's a sadistic woman, or starts to get more and more, it becomes a trend. Hey, I'm gonna go to this state and have an abortion when I'm 9 months pregnant. Why? Sacrifice. Sacrificing a child. That's why. I'm doing it for my God. Is it happening right now? No, but you can see where the doors are wide open for it to happen. That is immoral. I believe in like contraceptions. I think that people should be able to, prevent themselves. The problem is like, here's the problem. Like preventing, like if you have a bunch of kids and you're like trying to prevent yourself from having any more kids, it's kind of like me, okay? Like, here's my circumstance. I kind of just nonchalantly, if it happens, it happens. I knew I was going to get her pregnant. It was pretty much planned. It was like, if it happens, it happens. But, like, I'm not really taking any precautions, and I am super fertile. And I can get her pregnant easy. So it was pretty much an intentional thing, but not really, because we weren't prepared. We weren't really prepared. So, I got a vasectomy after my second kid, because I realized I can't afford any more kids, man. I can't even afford these ones. I'm on welfare right now. What did I do? I'm so stupid. I work fast food. Like, what am I doing? I don't have any skills, and I just had 2 kids, and I'm on welfare. Holy cow. And to top it off, I smoke a lot of weed, and I don't have a GED either. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. No skills. Bottom of the barrel job. Having 2 kids. And I worked. Yes, I got help. I got help from the state, and I actually declared to the lady, hey, when we got off of it, hey, somebody else can use it. Oh, man. I knew it was bullcrap when I was saying it. But yeah, it's one thing, like, if people need help for like a little bit of time, for sure. But then there comes a point where like people are just abusing it, when people keep pumping out more kids, and some women actually want to have more kids so they can get more benefits, which is crazy, because they get more like money per month or whatever on their food stamps, and they can cut corners. So like what these people do is which is crazy, is some of the worse off ones will just like sell it for like like if you have like $100 on your little card or whatever, people will, like regular people. I never did this. I never did this scam, but like buying, giving $50 to the person for the whole $100, and people do that because like they want drugs. So like, I've never understood how with the EBT system, how there's no identification. Like, they don't identify these people. You just use the card. You should have some type of identity. Why don't we have identity? Like, seriously, like, why is that? Like, when you try to pay for stuff, you shouldn't be able to go pay for somebody else um, and you have to pay for it yourself. But like people scam the system, man. That's a scam. That's people are doing right now. They scam, and I can't believe how like big the welfare system has got. Like it wasn't. It was like, well, me and her were on it. It was not. There's people on it for sure, but not at the levels that we're at right now with the homelessness too. Like everything packed on. To think that like we're just gonna continue down this road, like you're just gonna keep making more and more Americans homeless, put on welfare, and then you're gonna keep bringing in people on top of that when we have all these people who are homeless and like housing is so expensive, groceries are so expensive, everything is going up in price. Health insurance, my health insurance went up again this year. It does every year. That's something like I don't. We haven't had a raise, man. If we have to pay for health insurance, and it goes up every single year, like our little cost of living raise, that ain't a raise. A cost of living raise is not a raise, okay? And these companies think that it is. So like these companies have been screwing like the whole notion to think that like, oh, I'm going to just be like completely a full capitalist. You're absolutely insane. I look at this system and I'm like, dude, the private health insurance is absolute trash. So much so that I canceled mine, and I hope nothing bad happens. But if it does, it does. Like, what else can I do at this point? I'm just trying to get ahead, man. I'm trying to cut corners. I'm trying to get ahead. Because I need to get my debt down. I need to get it to a sustainable level. So does our country. So does our country, man. We cannot continue what we're going down with the Democrats. We're going to go literally off of a cliff. We're like, that's where they're leading us. They just kick the can down the road for like short-term bursts of like fake prosperity, to cook the books, to rob from other people down the road, for short-term massive gains for like rich people. And that's what happens. And that's why, and they're gonna do it again. And do you think like we're just gonna continue to go to work and we can't pay for nothing? It's just like, no, we're going to have a social breakdown, and that's where they're leading us, into a societal breakdown. And people don't understand this, and they're like, oh, abortion, oh yeah, abortion is not like, dude, like can you fight that down the road, man? Like I'm pro-choice too, man, so I'm not for like abortion being banned throughout America, and neither is Trump, which they keep lying about. Like, the Democrats are liars, man. They blatantly lie. They take things out of context, and then it pisses me off when the right does this too. They do this as well. They both do this. They're both liars. That's why I hate being aligned with either one of them. It sucks because like I'm like, okay, that's crazy, and then maybe I'll like comment on it or something like that, and then it's like, damn, it got community noted? That's crazy. I thought that was true. Well, I better delete that post I retweeted, because I'm not going to put out misinformation. Like, misinformation, that is like, depends on how you're delivering the misinformation. Like, if you're trying to hurt people, that's one thing, but like, people should be able to do, like, say whatever they want. That's a part of the freedom of speech, man. Like, you could tell, like, so comedians, that's misinformation, man, but it's funny. Like, it's entertainment. We like it. We know it's joking. And I can't go too much into this, because I'll start going to a subject by accident, and then I'll get banned off of YouTube. I only use YouTube because it's easier to load my videos. If Rumble wasn't such a piece of junk and it was like as easy and simple as YouTube, I would just go with Rumble. But it's such a pain to go with Rumble, and there's like, because there's like no growth. But I like this, you know. I should switch there because it doesn't. there's a few people that like watch all my videos though, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I like to be able to put content out for them to be able to listen to, which is cool, you know, that people listen to some of the stuff I have to say. Um, because it's not like so I have like a tiny bit of and I appreciate that because it's more than a lot of people. I've seen like I've engaged with people on here, but anyway, for like years. But anyway, so yeah, I can't stand either side to be honest. But like the more right side is right now is not the Democrats. The Democrats are like the worst. Like, they need to get completely embarrassed, so they have to do serious reform. So they start getting rid of the leadership is just so corrupt. Like, and it's almost like Christianity, you know what I mean? I don't understand how they can defend what they're trying to defend. It doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like these people are just like, you see a blatant lie and they're kind of like, no, that's you. They're like, they deflect, no, this is Trump. That's what they do. Like, oh, this is Trump. Trump is doing this. And you're like, but what about this? What happens? No, Trump. Look at this with Trump. Trump. Like, they always try to deflect and then they gaslight you and they do this and that. And I'm tired of it, man. That's why I'm just like, I can't. That's why I'm just like, I need to chill out. I need to relax. I need to relax throughout this election process. When I was putting out 40 hours on X. Oh, one thing I want to say too, quick. When I was putting 40, damn. Okay, I have never been community noted on X, so I've seen accounts lower than mine. Some of them like 3,000 followers, 4,000 followers. Either I'm suppressed so much so like anything false that I've put out because I'm not perfect, that they don't see it because I'm so far under the radar, or I've been completely perfect, which I have. I guarantee you, I have messed up somewhere. But what at least with that, like, at least I'm trying to be honest and try to tell the truth. I'm just trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to get to the truth, man. Whatever the situation is, I'm trying to get to the truth. So what was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, when I was putting 40 hours on X, it just seemed like things are escalating more and more, getting crazier and crazier. Because as weird as this sounds, because I was paying so much attention, putting 40 hours, like constantly, like looking at updates and all that, seeing, like they tried to end Trump twice, technically. And I'm just like, after that second one, I'm like, dude, I can't do this no more, man. I can't be on. I gotta like chill out, dude. I gotta chill out because like it just seems like it's getting worse and worse. It was getting more and more intense. And then what happened for me only putting like 16 hours a week on X is things kind of started getting boring again. What does that say? What does that say, man? Like is that a simulation? Like if you put your attention towards something, if you put your attention towards something so much that it can like happen, is that like a real thing? I don't know if that's like the secret, the Oprah Winfrey secret thing. Like, is that real? Like, you sit here and think about something so much, and then it becomes a reality. But like, here's the thing: is like, I think about things like non-stop, and it doesn't happen for the good; it just happens for the bad. Maybe it's because I think negative. I don't know, man. I try to think like critically. I'm a critical thinker. I try to be an honest person, and I don't try to put out misinformation. I don't want to try to deceive anybody. Um, Obviously, I don't have much of an influence in this reality, which is like that's why I'm like, dude, I wish I could just like be a regular, like if I'm just gonna have a regular life and not have any type of notoriety or any type of clout or anything like that, and I have to work these and just be a regular person. I just want to think about trucks and hunting and fishing and barbecues and going to work and you know family. Like, dude, I'm not that person, man. I'm not. I'm such a. I never enjoyed. I'm an introvert, man. I've never enjoyed like being around a lot of people. The family get-togethers. I would always go hang out with the kids because they were doing something. The adults would just sit around. They just sit around and talk. And like you hear them laughing, and usually they're drinking, but like the kids are out like doing having fun. Like I've always, since I was a kid, go out with the kids, and then like with my kids, like now, like I won't now. Like if I went to a party, I'll just like sit there with the adults because I don't have any little kids. But like like with my like little kids, I would be out there playing with my kids, man. Besides sitting with these adults who are just sitting around talking about nothing that I ever care about. I like in-depth conversations. I like to actually get to know people, like figure them out, study them, come up with different conclusions, see if I'm right about these people. Like I like to do that. And people, I'm not, and yeah, if I'm just gonna be a normal person, man, I need that's cool. I'll be a normal person. There's nothing wrong with being a normal person. Like we need those people because like we need people to produce things and make things happen for society. And I have no problem doing that, but like it would be cool to like uh not have to do it alone. I mean, it's kind of like what's the point? Like I'm just waiting to go to work. That's what it feels like. Honestly, like that's what it feels like. I'm just waiting to go to work. That's what it feels like. And um it's not a fun existence, man. Like this complete isolation, complete like not having a partner. And I like to speak on this because what I'm going through right now, which I can change what I plan on doing changing, unless like we have a complete social breakdown and we're gonna have to go try to survive in the woods while people just eat themselves. What's probably the high probability I won't survive. I feel like I'll have a better chance in the woods than I will in the city. Um, so I want to go this whole life without having to like um hurt another human being, man. Like I don't want to have to take one out in self defense. Like I don't. So I try to avoid situations. I see things. I get pissed off with like road rage like anybody else, but it's like, dude, I don't want to deal with that, man. I see where it's headed. I'm getting a little man. You guys could probably see the frustration when I was sitting at that traffic light the other day, and how it was just so annoying. I'm just like, I hate driving, and yeah, if everything just worked fluently, like it would with self-driving cars, people won't have to worry about being late anymore. People won't be in a rush. So like, we're not meant to be alone. We're meant to be with other people, and that's where our society is headed. Just to be like complete isolationist. And you know what's crazy? Like my life right now, most men would actually like my life because like I have so much freedom. I have so much freedom to do whatever I want to do. Just to, not really when it comes to like going places and doing things, but like I don't have to listen to any woman. I could talk to whoever I want to talk to. Um, like it was cool back when there was more women in the dating market, but like yeah, I wonder what happened if I change my age down a notch from like 40s to like 39. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. And it's probably just gonna be more of the same, like single moms in the 30s. That's probably what it would be like. Um, and obviously, like young people, young women and young men don't use dating sites, so it's like, and I don't blame them. They're a waste of time. Um, but it's hard to, how do you meet other people, because like you can't meet them at work, you can't meet them at the gym, and it's like anywhere you frequent, you can't, because then you might not be able to go there no more. You know what I mean? Like, okay, your apartment, like where you live or whatever, or like a neighbor. Like, then what happens? Like, if it turns bad, like you have to see this person, you have to live by this person. Like, um, it's like, okay, well, I guess the digital reality is where we're headed, and the pods. So where are they at? Where's the pods, man? Because I don't want to work no more. I don't want to work. I don't mind working. I don't mind working, but I don't want to do physical labor no more. I hate it. I would rather go to the gym and do physical labor than go do doing any of this physical labor, because all it does is destroy my body. And I think my body, considering what I've been through, is probably a lot better off than most men that are my age, or mm, um, who have been through what I have been through, and they're as old as me. Because I'm a cautious person, man. I'm a very cautious person. My awareness is keen. Uh, it's my greatest attribute. My greatest intelligence is my awareness. So I'm very aware of my surroundings. I don't even have to look at people to see what they're doing. Um, so anyway, like, yeah, uh, whatever. This is why, if I had a show, I need somebody like to host, because I can't just go on a ramble and then like have nobody like bring me back. I need to be brought back to the subject. So like, this is definitely one of the uh, this is the biggest election ever. And if you want to vote for like government reform, severe government reform, it's crazy. Like, and abortion is still legal. Okay, like you just leave it up to the states, like marijuana. You just it's still legal. If you don't like it in your state, then you can go to another state. And if the whole notion of like, if a woman travels to another state to get one, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Like, arrest her? Like, that's a different topic right there. That's a different topic, that I don't know has really happened yet. So like, we definitely need to talk about that and discuss that. Um, because of that situation, it definitely needs more in-depth thought of, is this okay? I just think there needs to be like a limitation when it comes to like, dude, like seriously, how many abortions? How many abortions you gonna have for you to realize like you're making huge mistakes in your life? You got five like, that's gotta take a toll on you if you're a loving person, to think about, man, like, I screwed up so bad that I had to end this life inside me, that's a part of me, and I did it multiple times. The whole thing with rape and incest, yeah, like, people shouldn't have to have those children, for sure. But like, it's not like 99% of the abortions come from that. That's like, it's such a rare thing. Um, it should be. I just think it's like the welfare system is completely out of hand. Like, people, like, it feels like everyone's so immature, and I'm immature too, but like, I'm trying to hold myself down. I mean, I've raised two kids on my own, basically, from when they were little kids all the way up. Did I do the greatest job? No. But guess what? They both got driver's licenses. They both graduated when they were supposed to graduate. Um, they both have jobs. I'm going to, we have some plans to get them to going into school, so they can get some education coming up this year, and they can get some skills so they ain't got to do these stupid, like these minimum wage jobs, these bottom of barrel jobs are completely ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous to tell people that are young that you got to work 80 hours a week and have no social life so you can come out the other side and have no friends. I mean, it's just kind of like weird, man. Like, it's like these kids, like, back in the day, people would have families at really young ages. Um, I think that part of that was due because of the woman wanted to, they didn't live on their own. They lived with their parents. So the whole idea of them going on their own, living like being independent women was not a thing back then. Yeah, you had women in the labor market. Like when we went to war, the men went to war, women went into the factories and produced stuff. So like, yeah, women went into the workforce. But the whole notion of having like both parents work, like somebody stay home and raise your kid, dude. If you want to have a kid, one of you need to raise your kid. And I think that, like I said, I haven't done the greatest job. I moved around a little bit with my kids, and and I think that part of it, they got to keep some of the friends with the internet. When I moved around, when I left my friends. Like that was it. I'll never see them again. I'll never, like, we didn't really keep in touch no more. We're just just neighborhood friends or whatever, or like school friends, and you just like move on. And then I moved around so much, I got to the point where I just like there's no point to make friends because like I'm just gonna move again. So, but with my kids, they gotta still stay in contact and actually like play games with them. I mean, like go on conquest, whatever games they like to play. So they at least had that. They at least had and especially in this society, how it's developed with the internet and all these kids on the, they don't go outside as much. They play on the game a lot more. It's like that's socially acceptable. So I kind of like wanted to raise my kids with society. I didn't want them to be one of those kids that didn't have Christmas or birthdays. I remember growing up in it, and then there were some kids at school that they didn't have Christmas, they didn't celebrate Christmas, and I thought that was weird, and they didn't celebrate their birthday, and I thought that was like so crazy. So I wanted my kids to have like a traditional with society. I want them to like be able to fit in with society. But the way society is going, like somewhat to have like basically a normal childhood. That's what I wanted. Nothing crazy to happen to them. Yes, they went through struggles. There's some things that I'm not going to talk about that happened, and that wasn't on my side. The people's decisions. But like, and my kids are pretty much, they seem emotionally stable, emotionally healthy. They definitely need some, like, they're still molding, they're still learning, and that's what happens with life, and you have to live it. So, but they're I feel like they're on the right path, for the most part. So, they're doing good. I'm proud of my kids, and that's the thing is like a lot of people like are telling people to have kids, and they're not bringing them into good situations, man. I think that the kid needs to be with the mom up until a certain age. The mom needs to stay home and take care of that kid. Why are you having a kid if you don't want to raise it? That's what I don't get. Oh, it's a status symbol. Oh, look at parents. I have a kid. Look, go have fun. I don't want to deal with this thing. I want to go to work. Then just go to work. Then don't have a kid. Or the husband stay home. Like somebody, like If you want to have a family, you need to have somebody that goes out, makes enough money to be able to provide enough so the people can, so one of the parents can stay home. And I think that the parent that needs, and you can trade it off too. Like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be like, once the kids get to a certain age, in the teens, like, yeah, like, you can start working, man, or you like high, like almost 10 or whatever, like that. They're very independent. They're starting to not want to be around their parents, but they want to be around you, man. Like why they want to be around the parents. Like, they don't know, like, and just to bring all these other people into the fold, like, you need to have like the same kids around your kids, the same adults around your kids, all the way up until like 8. That's the best way. You need to have like the best, and nothing is perfect because things happen. People pass away, bad things happen. Of course, like, you're not going to be able to protect things 100%. But like, you want to try to make an environment, like people say, oh, I put my kids first. How are you putting your kids first when, like, you just left the dad, or like you just left the mom? Like, what are you talking about, you putting your kids first? Oh, because like you spoil them? Like, you're not doing them any service. And another thing too is, I think that like the ultra rich people who have like their kids are spoon fed, like the elites right now who run the world, their kids, I think they need struggle. I think they need to go through a period of life where they just are on their own. They don't have anybody helping them. They have to earn everything on their own. Like, here's enough to get you an apartment or something. Like, go out there and work for like 6 months, and then you can come back. But they don't have that, so it's just like, there's no struggle when it comes to that. There's no struggle what it's like to be a human, to have to provide for yourself. Damn, I gotta cut this out. It is crazy. It's like, I start talking about a subject, like I wanted to talk about politics and how important it is right now for people to vote, for the right candidate, for the right party is the right. Okay, so like, if you want to vote for the evil side, then you vote for the people that want to go ahead and end their kids. Go ahead and vote for them. Like, who are like, they're like coming out the pitchforks for that, when we're at like we're gonna go to World War III, man. Things are escalating like big time. China's threatened, like they're starting to mobilize. Like, their leader came out with the fatigues on, like we're gonna go to war, man. If Trump gets in there, he's gonna stop it. I think that he's the only man that can stop it at this point. And I think the machine wants to go to war. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna go fight for you. I'm not gonna go die for you. It's not gonna happen. You can throw me in prison, you can throw me into a camp. I'm not gonna go and fight your war. You go fight it. You go on the front lines with your kids. I'm in the working class, and I'm taking a stance, and I'm not going to put up with it. And I'm trying to do everything I can to tell my kids not to do that, to try to stay away from the military, man, because it's not good. It's the way it's shaped, the way what has DEI is like, and you see companies abandoning DEI. You see, like, what happened with Boeing? They had to. You can't continue to be like a powerhouse company and just like going down, and then like somebody like SpaceX coming up, bailing you out, and you're putting out crap, and they're putting out highly innovative stuff that nobody's ever thought of that could ever happen. Like, Elon just landed. His crew just landed a rocket coming back down, and it got caught by the tower. Intentionally caught by the tower. Like, when NASA shoots off their rockets, like their boosters and everything go into the ocean, and they just leave them there, apparently, I guess. And then Elon goes and, like, he has his crew retrieve them. Like, they're so much more innovative compared to the government. The government is so horrible when it comes to this, man. So like, of course you're gonna see Boeing take a nosedive. Like, nobody's gonna want to fly if we don't trust your planes because they're falling out of the sky, they're falling apart. We're not gonna fly. So like, that's not good. So then you're gonna see other companies, and that's what's great about competition is we need competition. We need we need like good competition that keeps the price low for everybody at the like and putting out the best product for everybody. That's what we need, and that's what Elon does. That's why I respect the guy so much. I'm sitting here trying to think to myself like, all right, I'm sort of move. I'm gonna be more like, I don't like any rich people. I don't like any big accounts, and I'm like, then I'm looking at Trump and Elon, and I'm like, dude, it's hard to be mad at Elon. It's hard to be mad at Trump when they make like huge sacrifices financially for us. So like I can't be mad at them. So I have to be like pragmatic. And then it makes me sound like a hypocrite then. You know what I mean? So it's just like, cuz not all rich people are bad, but I think that people on the right have to be very aware of the lack of response when it comes to like starting PACs and like spending money and taking over industries on the right that these people have not done. They continue to like, what are we doing? You know, like you're not doing. You're just holding on to my like. Currency needs to be like flowing. It needs to be flowing. It doesn't need to be stagnant. It doesn't need to be like stuffed off here. It needs to keep going and not keep building as like creating more of it. It needs to flow in the economy like a cycle. It needs to keep moving because it's its own energy. So like transacting and all that is like, it needs to keep flowing for it to be a good. If I'm like, if I'm hoarding all the currency and it's not really flowing in the system and people can't really, they don't have enough to use to be able to buy anything, and I'm just like hoarding it, what happens to the currency? It becomes worthless because these people will start using their own currency. That's what will happen, and my currency will be worthless. So that's why I don't like the dollar. I don't like the future of the dollar unless they can like really make some dramatic process. Like, you have to stop the purge, man. Like, we are leaking, adding to the debt every single day. So much to that debt to making it like it's worthless. That's what it's becoming, and that's why like people, what it is other people don't respect us, and they don't, and you know, it's like we have bad credit. That's what it's like. America has bad credit, and then you expect people like me to have good credit when you guys are the ones sabotaging me. It's kind of funny. Oh, you're not even gonna help me for a loan to help me, you know, make my interest payments a little bit lower now? Okay, I guess I gotta get a second job then. So stupid. The system is so dumb. Like, they should look at my portfolio and be like, oh, he's got this much crypto. Cool, nice. Oh, he's got like no bankruptcies. Oh, okay, cool. No, they're like, oh, look at this. There's no like, oh, he pays his rent on time. He pays his utility. Like, his bills are paid for like every month. There's none of that. It's like, oh, like he's only got a 640 because of his debt. That's like what we live in. Like, what do you expect, dude? What do you expect from me? When the prices get raised so high, everybody's taking on debt. You know what I mean? It's like this system is like on its way out. It's on its way out. And that's why we need robots to come and do all of our jobs so we don't have to worry about money no more. I don't want to worry about money. I hate having to worry about money. I hate it having to. I don't like to think about the economy or currency or anything. It's so boring. It's so dumb. It's for uncreative people. You know, I just wanted to have a general understanding to like, where should I like place myself at this up and coming possibly collapse. Well, I guess this is the best I can do. I guess I'm just probably gonna end up getting, you know, eaten alive. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hopefully Trump, like the big thing is hopefully Trump wins, and the left's gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and then he does some serious reform, like some serious government reform with his. If you don't like, I don't see like us lasting another 4 years under Democratic leadership unless they do some serious like conserving and like whatever Trump like government reform like Trump was gonna do. I don't see it, and I don't see any idea. I think we're just going to continue to do the same thing, just lead right off the cliff, and yeah, because people are just going to stop going to work. They're going to stop paying taxes. Like I'm not going to keep paying taxes if you people are just going to like not take care of Americans. Like I'm going to do whatever, and then you can throw me in jail, whatever. Then you're going to have huge populations in jail, and then it's like then you're going to keep on bringing in people who are not very skilled and to try to do our jobs, and this can be a complete mess, complete mess. And we're already kind of like at a big mess anyway. So like, I'm for legal immigration. I want legal people to come here, to have some understanding of our society, to have some understanding about our country, to want to assimilate, to be an American. If they don't want to be American, then don't come here. Just stay where you're at. Because if I was going to go move to another country, I'm going to assimilate. I'm going to take on their traditions. I'm going to take on their religion. I'm going to try to fit it as much as possible. Like I was planning on moving to like a place close to my family, and I was gonna just assimilate. Like, yeah, I'm Christian, whatever. I'll fake it. I don't care. I'm this. I'm conservative. I'll just like whatever. I can play it off. I've been playing off like I'm a regular person for the longest time. So it's like I can keep pretending it's not a big deal, and it's kind of annoying, but like it's better than I want to live in a civilized society. That's the thing. I don't want to have to worry about violence, and I don't want to see crime, and I don't want to have to be around that crap. So it's just like I want to be around people who have similar interests. I want to keep the environment clean, that want to produce, that want to do good for society, that don't want to lie, steal, or cheat. So I want to be around people who are like-minded with me. And for right now, the conservatives are. Christians are the ones that. Even though I'm not Christian, it's just like, hey, these people are civil, man. They might not like me, they might judge me because I'm not like them or whatever, but they're not gonna burn me at the stake. They're not gonna kill me. They're not gonna take from me. They're it's like, just kind of leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. But yeah.